Anyone who's been to my channel for any amount of time knows that I use this map a lot. This is the Google Earth map that you look at when you open it up in a browser. I also have Google Earth Pro that is, of course, a client that you have on whatever your hard drive is that you open up regardless of whether you have access to the internet or not. But I use this one so that we can have updated maps and see if anything's changed. And earlier today I did a video and I saw something and I didn't think much of it, but I thought to go back to it. And there is something damn strange going on in the Caribbean. Now, we've talked about this stuff out here north of Venezuela before in this strange square, but over toward Nicaragua, what caught my eye was this black mass. And as I zoomed in, I thought, what the hell is this? Completely blacked out, but as you get to a certain zoom level, it uncovers. And what you see, of course, is just an island. Now, why they would have gone out of their way to black this out unless you zoom in real close is beyond me. But when you zoom in even farther, it gets nuts. So clearly there's some attempt to hide something out here. But over here, it's kind of hard to see. I have the camera recording in 4K right now, so if anybody wants to blow this up, they can. If you zoom in, you think, well, okay, it's just an island, but when you zoom in real close on this, guys, I've been to a lot of islands in the Caribbean and all sorts of places like that. That ain't no island. That is strange as hell. If it is an island, there's something really, really weird going on it, and they don't want you to know about it. Now, I think they've used some stock footage because they threw in there's a little boat here, and there's a little boat here. And if you want to see what an actual island looks like, you can find all sorts of them. Like we can, for example, we can go down here to the Corn Islands, and you can see what an actual island looks like. Not blacked out. This one's got an airport on it. There's all sorts of these all over the Caribbean. Are they glowing? Even the parts that have sand aren't glowing. And this is just one example. They're all over the place down here. It's not strange to have an island. Even ones with mostly sand, but they aren't blacked out and they don't glow. So when you look at where it is, and you see this is the part that really has me thinking. Some months ago, I made a video talking about the Serenilla Bank and how it was at one time handed over to the Russians. Well, look at this, guys. This is Serenilla Bank and Bajo Nuevo. I had made allegation that they were going to use this in some kind of an operation to get stuff out of Venezuela. And lo and behold, look at this. All this crap is blacked out. And when you go in, real close, there's some strange, strange stuff. This thing's got roads on it. And do you see the glow level? Like at level 12? It's ridiculous. And of course, when you zoom out, they black out. And you can go find these for yourself. It's not hard. What I'm pulling up is just straight off Google Earth. Some are less interesting than others, but believe me, something is going on out here that they don't want you to see because they have Bajo Nuevo blacked out, Serenilla Bank blacked out. Right here off the coast of Nicaragua. Something really, really strange is going on. And there was another thing in here I wanted to show you guys. I wonder if it was this. Because I've gone all over to see if I could find other islands that were blacked out like this. I mean, look, I'm almost at max zoom level, and it's still blacked out. This one, oh, look, this one's not even going to... I wonder if this is a ship. Because you can zoom in all the way on this one, and you don't get anything but a black hole. Or if there's something going on there they really, really don't want you to know about. I've seen, and like I said, I've used that map many, many, many times in the last few months, and I've never seen this. In fact, I've gone back and looked at some of my videos to look off in the corner, and it wasn't blacked out. There is something very, very strange going on in the Caribbean off the coast of Venezuela and Nicaragua. Something they don't want you to know about, that they're attempting to use Google to hide. So I'm going to explore this further, but given all of the talk lately, I would not be surprised if there might be a force out here that may be stopped off on a couple of these islands or near a couple of these islands to do surveillance, to do intelligence gathering operations. If I'm not mistaken, didn't we not do a video where they talked about this new system the U.S. has that can stay this far away and deploy these boats that have ribs built into them? And this would be the perfect place to do it. Especially if they were going to come in here. Come in through Colombia. If there was a U.S. force out here waiting to support a Colombian invasion force, absolutely this would be where you'd put them. You wouldn't, of course, put them out here. They'd be too exposed. But you get them over here in these islands, closer to Nicaragua. If they're going to invade, this is where they're coming through right here. I guarantee it. They're not going to try to come in through inland. They'll move right through here, get right to Caracas. And they're going to use the Dutch. They're allies of the Dutch because this is Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. These are Dutch colonies. This is why in the map yesterday I had these outlined as being part of the Blood and Oil crew. And that very well might be what this is all about. So this is blacked out now. You can't see what this is. Unless you zoom in real super close. Some of them, it doesn't matter how close you zoom in. But they're blacking out what looks like little circles. And they're covering it up with old pixelation. I'll bet you dollars to donuts there are vessels out here right now. And they are just waiting for the order. They're gathering intelligence. It is what, the 20th of July, 11 days out. So 18 days to the inauguration of Duque in Colombia. Don't tell me this is normal. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. They are clearly trying to use technology to cover something up here. And there's no way these are just normal clouds and islands. And look at the shape here. This is going to be kind of hard to show, but if you look at the shape here under this cloud, that looks exactly like a vessel that they've just tried to throw a cloud over. This is the first time that I've actually noticed that, and I've been looking through this. Guys, that looks like they're trying to hide a ship here. This is really odd. So, Anyway, 10 minutes, that's the limit. I try to stick to it anyway, unless we're talking about something more important. But don't tell me that that is a normal island. Like, share, subscribe.